Green gems flashed in the sunlight. Then one of the guards stepped forward and spoke in the common speech.
I am the Dwarf Ward of Theoden, he said. Hama is my name. Here I must bid you lay aside your weapons before you enter.
Then Legolas gave into his hand his silver-hafted knife, his quiver, and his bow. Keep these well, he said, for they come from the Golden Wood, and the Lady of Lothlorien gave them to me. Wonder came into the man's eyes, and he laid the weapons hastily by the wall, as if he feared to handle them.
No man will touch them, I promise you, he said.
Aragorn stood a while hesitating. It is not my will, he said, to put aside my sword, or to deliver Andúril to the hand of any other man.
It is the will of Theoden,
said Hama. It is not clear to me that the will of Theoden, son of Thengel, even though he be Lord of the Mark, should prevail over the will of Aragorn, son of Arathorn, Elendil's heir of Gondor.
This is the house of Theoden, not of Aragorn, even were he king of Gondor in the seat of Denethor,
said Hama, stepping swiftly before the doors and barring the way. His sword was now in his hand, and the point toward the strangers.
This is idle talk,
said Gandalf.
Needless is Theoden's demand, but it is useless to refuse. The king will have his way in his own hall, be it folly or wisdom.
Truly, said Aragorn, and I would do as the master of the house bade me, were this only a woodman's top, if I bore now any sword but Andúril.
Whatever its name may be, said Hama, here you shall bear it, if you would not fight alone against all the men in Edoras. Not alone,
said Gimli, fingering the blade of his axe, looking darkly up at the guard, as if he were a young tree that Gimli had a mind to fell.
Not alone.
Calm, said Gandalf. We're all friends here, or should be, for the laughter of Mordor will be our only reward if we quarrel. My errand is pressing. Here at least is my sword, Woodman Hama. Keep it well. Glamring it is called, for the elves made it long ago. Now let me pass. Come, Aragorn. Slowly Aragorn unbuckled his belt, to himself set his sword upright against the wall.
Here I set it, he said, but I command you not to touch it, nor to permit any other to lay hand on it. In this elvish sheath dwells the blade that was broken, and is being made again. Telhar first brought it in the deeps of time. Death shall come to any man that draws Elendil's sword, save Elendil's heir. The guard stepped back and looked with amazement on Aragorn. It seems that you have come on the wings of song out of the forgotten days, he said. It shall be, Lord, as you command. Well, said Gimli, if it has Andúril to keep it company, my axe may stay here too, without shame. And he laid it on the floor. Now then, if all is as you wish, let us go and speak with your master. The guard still hesitated. Your staff, he said to Gandalf, to give me, but that too must be left at the doors. Foolishness, said Gandalf. Prudence is one thing, but discourtesy is another. I am old. If I may not lean on my stick as I go, then I will sit out here until it pleases Theoden to hobble out himself to speak with me. Aragorn laughed. Every man has something too dear to trust to another, but would you part an old man from his support? Come, will you not let us enter? The staff in the hand of a wizard may be more than a prop for age, said Hama. He looked hard at the ash staff on which Gandalf leaned. Yet in doubt a man of worth will trust to his own wisdom. I believe your friends and folk worthy of honor who have no evil purpose. You may go in. The guards now lifted the heavy bars of the doors and swung them slowly inwards, grumbling on their great hinges. The travellers entered. Inside it seemed dark and warm after the clear air on the hill. The hall was long and wide and filled with shadows and half-lights. Mighty pillars upheld its lofty roof, but here and there bright sunbeams fell in glimmering shafts from the eastern windows high under the deep eaves. Through the louver in the roof, above the thin wisps of issuing smoke, the sky showed pale and blue. As their eyes changed, The travellers perceived that the floor was paved with stones of many hues, branching runes and strange devices intertwined beneath their feet. They saw now that the pillars were richly carved, gleaming dully with gold and half-moon colours. Many woven cloths were hung upon the walls, and over their wide spaces marched figures of ancient legend, some dim with years, some darkling in the shade. But upon one form the sunlight fell, a young man upon a white horse. He was blowing great horn, and his yellow hair was flying in the wind. The horse's head was lifted, and its nostrils were wide and red as it neighed, smelling battle afar. Foaming water, green and white, rushed and curled about its knees. "Behold Eor the Young," said Aragorn. Thus he rode out of the north to the battle of the field of Celebrant. Now the four companions went forward, past the clear wood fire burning upon the long hearth in the midst of the hall. Then they halted. At the far end of the house, beyond the hearth and facing north towards the doors, was a dais with 3 steps, and in the middle of the dais was a great gilded chair. Upon it sat a man so bent with age that he seemed almost a dwarf, but his white hair was long and thick and fell in great braids from beneath a thin golden circlet set upon his brow. In the centre upon his forehead shone a single white diamond. His beard was laid like snow upon his knees, but his eyes still burned with a bright light, glinting as he gazed at the strangers. Behind his chair stood a woman clad in white. At his feet upon the steps sat a wizened figure of a man with a pale, wise face and heavy-lidded eyes. There was a silence. The old man did not move in his chair. At length Gandalf spoke. "Hail, Theoden, son of Thengel, I have returned, for behold, the storm comes, and now all friends should gather together, lest each singly be destroyed." Slowly the old man rose to his feet, leaning heavily upon a short black staff with a handle of white gold. And now the strangers saw that, bent though he was tall, and must in youth have been high and proud indeed. "I greet you," he said, "and maybe you look for welcome. But truth to tell, your welcome is doubtful here, Master Gandalf. You've ever been a herald of woe. Troubles follow you like crows, and ever the oftener the worse. I will not deceive you. When I heard that Shadowfax had come back riderless, I rejoiced at the return of the horse, but still more at the lack of the rider. And when Eomer brought the tidings that you had gone at last to your long home, I did not mourn, for news from afar is seldom sooth.